Welcome to the Toke Trans podcast, where two Toke Trans guys talk life, love, and getting high. Grab a J and join us. We do not condone the consumption of illicit activities with anyone under the age of 21. Hi, guys.
It's your two favorites here, and we've got a pretty cool update for you guys today. Okay, like if you guys have been listening to our other episodes, you know what Beau's been up to, and Beau has some exciting things to share today, seeming that he is, well, Beau, just how are you feeling?
Well, my titties are gone.
They're what?
The titties are gone, bro.
Bro.
How long ago was my surgery? It was tomorrow. I'll be 2 weeks post-op.
2 weeks post-op right now. Oh my!
I can't believe it's only been 2 weeks,
bro. 2 weeks post-op. They're gone. How big were they?
They were like pounds
in general.
Oh well, my like cup size. I was a 48 double D. Those are big ones.
Big chest there.
Big chest, big guy.
And you and you made trans. And your chest was. I'm so excited for you. Dude.
I know when I tape, yeah. It was but I'm even flatter now than when I taped.
I fucking say, dude. Yes. How do you feel?
I feel really sore.
Yeah.
But healing's going really well, and my surgeon's really happy with how I look and how everything is going, and there's been 0 complications.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I'm so happy. Last Friday was when I got my I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon with my results. And I was like in my anxiety, I was just let's just start from the beginning. Okay. Let's just go through it.
Tell me about it, Beau. These people want to know. They have not heard.
So the day before surgery, they gave me these wipes, these like big ass wipes. I talked about the big ass wipes before.
Big ass body wipes.
Yeah, big ass body wipes are like a special kind of cleaner that they told me to take a shower the night before, and then after my shower, clean my whole chest with this wipe, and then go to sleep, and then wake up and clean my chest with a wipe again before I leave the house. Excellent. I followed all the instructions except for the not smoking for 4 weeks thing. I did vape marijuana the entirety up until I was given strict instructions not to consume THC in any form 24 hours before the surgery. So I did listen to that, and everything went fine. Listen to your surgeon.
Follow directions.
Follow directions, because I don't know. I don't know how dumb that was,
Yeah.
So,
well, it was helpful for your anxiety leading up, though. That's a fact.
Yeah, there was no listen. I would have been vomiting every day if I didn't.
Beau was worried. He was excited and worried and all of the things at once for like days before.
Yeah. I imagine that I was very hard to handle.
No, I don't think it was hard to handle, because we were also so excited for you. Like me and Kayla as well were like, oh my god, so many days. Oh my god, this many days. Oh, he is in surgery right now. So we were like equally as hyped.
Right. Because I was messaging you like every day, like, I have to get this done for work. I have to get this done for work. I have to get this done for work. And I'm literally like, meanwhile, I'm just like this in my chair.
Frozen with fear.
Frozen. Like executive dysfunction through the roof. I was hungry. I had to pee. I hadn't drank anything all day. I had shit to get done at work. And this was literally all I could do. But in my head, it was like, in my head, everything was going on because in my head, I was like, I got to do this for work. I got to do this for work. I got to pee. I got to pee. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Surgery.
Yeah.
And like, you've been smoking this whole time. You fucking idiot. You're going to die. And like,
oh my gosh.
all this kinds of shit. And, you know, so I just really needed surgery to happen. Yeah. And then so for my like pre-admission appointment, they wanted me to go to the hospital and just have some extra
that's the day before.
It wasn't the day before, but it was the last appointment before the actual surgery. They just wanted they said that they were going to do an EKG and stuff, and then they never did. And they just asked like some history questions and like questions about like, can I go up 2 flights of stairs without getting winded? And could I run a block if I had to? And I was like, I mean, if I had to, yeah, I guess.
There was a wild dog chasing me.
Yeah, if I was getting chased, I could run a fucking block.
I probably could out of adrenaline, but yeah.
I was like, I got the asthma, so
but
I don't know how much cardio we're going to be doing, but
I'll sure
I can do it. And I talked with an anesthesiologist and I asked a bunch of questions and stuff, and she was great. And they took like blood to test for some stuff. And that was also how I found out my blood type for the first time. I'm A positive.
A positive.
Yeah. I had no idea this whole time.
Wild. There's a lot of people don't know what blood type they are. Like Kayla's not 100% sure either.
Go give blood. They'll tell you. Fun fact, my life was saved by a blood transfusion, so I'm all about giving blood,
So the CTA of this episode, the call to action is for you guys to donate blood.
Donate blood, especially since I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, they finally are accepting gay blood now.
I am not up to date, but we will do some research and let you know.
Excellent.
Yes.
So
they took your blood.
They took my blood and everything came back cool. So I got cleared for surgery. And so I go there. I'm there. I'm in the waiting room.
Who took you?
My mom came. So, because my mom has a car. So, and they wouldn't let me go in an Uber. They wouldn't let me go home in an Uber.
Ooh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. They said a taxi service or something like that is not acceptable for a ride home.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, fair. I mean, if I was an Uber driver, I wouldn't want somebody who, I wouldn't want to be liable for that in my car.
Yeah.
And
you needed some kind of, well, that's good.
Yeah. And I would want the person driving to be where, bumps were, I didn't like the bumps. Okay. So anyway, we're in the waiting room, me, my mom, and my partner, Tim. And they got everything they need, their chargers, batteries, stuff. Cause they told me like the surgery might take 3 to 4 hours. And then it might take me another couple hours to come out of anesthesia. So they brought their chargers and everything. There's also a cafe and a cafeteria in the hospital. And, it's in the middle of Philly, so they can always go and get something to eat or whatever. Sure. So I end up waiting for like fucking ever. I got there at 8:30 because that's when they told me to get there
in the morning.
And yes. Wow. And so I got there at 8:30 and they didn't even call me back till 11.
So that whole time you were just nervous.
Oh my God. And there's nothing I could do about it. Yeah, and I was
just
fucking
wait.
Yeah. And I was also fucking thirsty and fucking hungry because you're not supposed to consume any liquids except for tiny sips of water to take your medication that has been approved. They told me that I could keep taking my asthma meds, and they told me that I could take Tylenol if I got a headache. from not eating or drinking.
Oh.
And so I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't drink anything. I was fucking hungry. I was fucking sleepy because did I get any sleep the night before?
No.
None.
I'm not. Yeah, you can't plan for any sleep that night. No way.
No. And so they finally call me back. At this point, only I can go back. So I go back by myself. I'm shitting a brick. And the nurse that's taking me back to my little room, it's just curtained off, is also guiding. There's like a bunch of us, and she's like dropping us off like on our respective rooms. And this one guy, he gets, we drop him off at his room, and then I say good luck, and he was like not expecting me to say good luck or something, and then he said good luck back to me like after I walked away a while. He was like good luck.
Oh yeah, wait.
It was really sweet.
That's awesome.
And so I got to my room. They had me change into a gown and a cap and a mask. They had me take off my mask and use one of their masks. And some grippy socks. And
and Tim couldn't go back with you?
Not at this point.
Oh.
So a woman comes in, her name was Diana. And I'm sorry, not Diana, Donna. Her name was Donna. And she came in and took my vitals and gave me something. I can't remember. All of this is, it's a miracle I'm remembering all of this so well.
That we're up to this point. I'm expecting you to be like, and that's where I lost it. And then... I just
want to commend myself for remembering all of this. Okay.
Point, especially like names. My God.
Yeah. So and then there was another Donna, and that Donna, second Donna, came in and put my IV line in. Mm-hmm. And I let them know that I was a big baby about needles and stuff.
It's this.
Yeah. And she's like poking around on my forearm, and that's the one with the tattoos. So I'm like, do you want to do my other arm with the no tattoos? with the very minimal tattoos that you could easily see the veins for. And she's like, no, I could do this one. This one's fine. And she looked very experienced, she's been working there for fucking probably a decade. Sure. I was just freaking out.
Yeah.
And she got it in, and both of the Donnas were in there just talking to me. They're like, you're doing fine, you're doing great, and all that, and bless their hearts. And so they got my IV line in, and everyone that came in, they're like, how you doing? I'm like, anxious. How you doing? Hi, how you doing? Anxious. Get it? Anxious. I'm anxious. Do you have anything for that?
Anxious because
can you give me something?
I am freaking out.
Yeah. I'm going to vomit all of the non-contents of my stomach. I didn't eat or drink anything.
It'll be your asthma meds.
And they're like, wow, your heart rate's really high. And I'm like, I'm anxious.
My name is anxious.
I have anxiety. And they're like, okay, do you have any, mental anxiety? Anxious.
My name is anxious.
So they were like, okay, don't worry. We'll get you something for that. But there's some papers you got to sign, and we're not going to have you sign them when you're all loop-de-doop-de. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fair. Let me get those papers. Give me those papers. I will sign them. Give me those papers. Nervous. So eventually, after fucking forever, it must have been an hour, I was sitting in the bed, and I'm shaking. I'm shaking. And they come in and they're like, do you need more blankets? You're shivering. And I'm like, I'm not cold. I'm actually hot. I'm sweating. I'm not cold. This is anxiety. I'm like,
once again.
I'm fucking anxious, dude. Like when I get like that, it really I can't control, like everything clenches.
Yeah.
And I just shake, and it's like tremors, and sometimes I'll like shake and then I'll clench harder and harder and harder and harder and harder until I can't anymore. And then I finally release, and it's like only like 30 seconds of release before it starts like,
yeah, you physically feel that. Yeah.
It keeps doing that. And it's like in pulses and stuff, and I can't control it. It fucking sucks. And then my body is so sore after from all the clenching.
Awful.
And yeah, so I was sitting like that for a good hour. And I get it, they're busy. So then my surgeon comes in, and they say that Tim can come back. So Tim comes back, and thank God.
Yeah.
I finally stopped shaking. He sits down next to the bed and he's holding my hand. And so they give me an IV of water because I haven't drank anything.
Nice.
And they want me to be hydrated. Yeah, without me having to jump. I'm like, thank God. Yeah. I could fucking die.
Yeah.
So they give me an IV, and then I'm like, oh, I really gotta pee. And someone helps me with the bag. I'm like, I can carry the bag. And they're like, no, I have to carry the bag. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Okay. So this lady carries the bag to the bathroom for me, and then they have like a special spot on the door for it. And they give you a cord long enough and everything. I do my business and then come back. And my surgeon comes in, and he's like, okay, I'm going to mark your chest. And
oh, what a big moment that you see everywhere that you finally get to do.
So he's drawing on my chest all these lines and stuff, and I'm like, how many cuts are you making, Doc? Yes, I thought this was double incision.
You better start talking.
Yeah, because this looks like 15 cuts I'm seeing. I don't know what's going on.
I only want 2 scars.
Right. I didn't say anything. I'm just staring straight ahead, disassociated, because there's also like 2 other like aides in there with me. I'm wearing the gown, the hospital gown that opens in the back. And of course, they don't want me wearing underwear. So I'm just ass out to these aides.
No. Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I'm trying to hold it. And he's like, no, just put your arms by your side, because he has to mark me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I guess, because he's facing that way, so my chest is facing the doctor and my ass is facing the 2 aides. So,
bro, you are
it's
exposed. Like, that is exposure.
I know. Like, what's the point of this gown? Like, why not just show everybody the pussy? Like, why not?
I'm just gonna take this off.
It's fucking ridiculous. So, oh fuck, I forgot that.
Jaw on your chest.
Tim is in a meeting right now, and I'm just shouting about pussy. Oh my god. So anyway, so he draws on my chest
all over.
Yeah, he makes all the marks, and it's like there's a lot. So but I do only have 2 scars, so
it's confirmed.
I don't know what all that was, but it's good.
It turned out to be fine.
Yeah. So then after he marked me, I sat with him for a little bit more, and then the anesthesiologist came in, Dr. Tran, and she was great. And she had me sign the papers. It was just like, consent stuff. And then they come in and give me something in my IV line for anxiety. And the nurse that that did that for me, he was great. Yeah. I don't remember his name. I remember so many names, but I don't remember his name. And he was just a sweetheart. And I was like, I'm so anxious. And he's like, don't worry, this is going to help you out. And I'm like, am I going to feel it like right away? And he was like, yeah, you should. And he was like, how you feeling? And I was like anxious and stuff. And he's like, oh, don't worry. We do this all the time and stuff. And he's like, I've been in on so many top surgeries. And I was like, how many? And he was like, oh, like, I can't even count. It's been so much. And I was like, has anyone died?
Yep, you had to ask. You had to ask.
I had to.
Yeah.
And he like laughed and he said, no, never. And I was like, okay, good.
Oh, well, that's great to know. Thank you. Especially
Because
at your specific practice that you went to.
Yeah. And like my surgeon had said, like in not so many words, that same thing. That, you know, he said that no, he has never experienced that.
Yeah.
And but he said that like as part of the consent kind of thing, he has to make me aware of any possibility, and death was one of the possibilities,
right,
that he read off. So I was like,
oh god, is that high or like
yeah, like what's the fucking chance? Like
I need a percent.
I don't want to be like, how many, if it's like 1 out of 100, how many surgeries have you done? 100? I don't like those odds, doc. Like sounds like I'm next. Like
he was like, no, we haven't lost anyone.
Yeah, he was like, never, you're fine. And so that made me feel good, because it was just you know, instead of like, it was a straight up no, not like a legally, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was great. That's what I needed to hear.
The honest answer.
Then, right. And so there was also like, there was a bunch of aides that came into, and one of their name was Christina, and she was shadowing one of the Donnas, I think, and like, or she was shadowing Dr. Tran, the anesthesiologist. I can't remember. She was shadowing somebody, learning about something, and so she was cute and sweet. I don't remember what we talked about. I just remember that she was there, and Christina was her name.
And it was great.
And yeah, so after I got the whatever they put in my arm, I was like, woo!
Not worried.
They're like, okay, you ready for surgery? Let's go. We're reeling you out. And then I was like, bye, Tim. I love you so much. And like, and then he left, and I was like, I love you. And it was like, you're gonna be great. I can't wait to see you and stuff. And then they wheeled me out, and so like I'm out and with everybody out there, and I'm like, Titty 3 2023. Just shouting that in the fucking, like, all the doctors and patients can hear me, you know, like,
oh my god, that is so funny, because you're like loopy, you're like,
woo!
Like, yeah, you're dead.
I'm like, ooh, you were right. That's some good stuff.
Wow, thank you. I'm feeling much better.
And then they get me into the operating room, which was just like a fucking experience, dude. Okay, like I'm so glad I was kind of high when
right.
They rolled me in, and it was just like all these lights, like, and then there was like a TV on the wall that's like playing smooth R&B.
No.
And I don't remember what song was playing, but I was like,
what
like I was jamming.
Yes.
And they were like, oh, good. So we don't need to change the channel. And I was like, no, you can leave it. That's nice.
That is so funny. Yeah.
And this room is full of people.
Really?
I didn't realize how many people it takes to perform a surgery. There's like a lot of people involved.
Right.
And they were all there, and they were all like cleaning things and prepping things and wrapping
doing
things,
their jobs and
doing all this stuff around me. And I'm like, wow, like this, awesome. All of these people are here to take care of me and make sure that everything goes right. I felt so much better after seeing 25 people, you know,
there to ensure that you have everything you need.
Yeah, like there's someone to make sure that no sweat falls, like there's someone to make sure everything's clean, there's someone like there's someone for fucking everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is great. Like I met you before, and I met you before, and I met you before, and you're all really nice. This is great.
Oh my gosh, how sweet.
Yeah. So they wheel me right up next to the surgery table. I'm assuming that's where I stayed. because there were no wheels on this table, but that table was, it was a table. Like, it wasn't a bed, it was a table.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a table covered with a bed sheet. It was hard as a rock.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
barely wide enough for my body when I was laying on my back. Like, it was just big enough for my body to lay on it. You know what I mean?
Dang, like you feel like you're a little wobbly.
I couldn't roll one way or the other, or I'd be on the floor.
Right.
So it was just like super small. And I'm like, I think you need the plus size table, guys. I don't know if
yeah.
So they had me scoot myself from the rolly bed to the table and lay down. And then Dr. Tran, the anesthesiologist, comes over and
no, I'm getting nervous. I can like feel this in my own belly right now. I'm just like, oh, I didn't think about an IV. Just like these things coming up as a listener is just wonderful. I'm sorry. Keep going.
No, it's okay. So then Dr. Tran comes up and puts the mask over my face. And I just the last time I got anesthesia, like I went under and like had that mask on my face, it was just a different kind of mask. Now it's got like this inflatable part. It's like a balloon, like a and it's bubble. And it's squishy. And I really liked that. It felt much nicer.
Yeah.
Than the mask I remember. And so she puts the mask on my face and I'm like, wait, what is this? What's this? Am I about to fall asleep? Like, I want to know what's going on. And she's like, no, right now it's just oxygen. Don't worry. I'll let you know when you're about to go under. And I was like, okay, cool. That's the last thing I remember. I was just there. That's the last thing I remember. I mean, she could have told me. I don't know.
I'm going to assume and take her word.
I'm gonna
the doubt that she told me and I just don't remember, but
I trust Dr. Tran. I know for a fact that she told me, but
that was gone.
That was it. The last thing I remember was having that mask on me and listening to smooth R&B.
What a vibe. That
was a pretty good vibe.
I mean, out of everything that you could ask for in that moment, like, I hope there's smooth R&B in my top surgery.
I didn't know. Like, I see on sitcoms like Scrubs and stuff like that where they're
Grey's
playing
Anatomy.
Music in the surgery, right? Yeah. But I never thought that was real. But it makes sense.
And
I'm glad that it's real because, like, I don't know. I mean, it definitely helped. I was also drugged.
but you want your surgeon to be like in their zone. Like it's an art. Like you want them to have everything they need to be good to go.
Yes, bro. If you got to listen to fucking EDM, fucking drum and bass music while you're cutting me open just so your hand stays still, bro, I'm about it.
Do your thing. I will be asleep. And I'm looking forward to seeing your art, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it was just nice. It was a vibe and everybody was very cool.
Yes.
So
let me pause you there. I need to share a little bit about this experience as well. Because Beau goes into top surgery and me and Kayla are just like texting him as much as possible. And then at one point, Beau stops texting us back and we're like, it's going down for real. It is going down. And like, it was like in the middle of a conversation. So we're like, it's happening. It's happening right now. Me and Kayla are working, but trying to like think of anything else, but can't. And so we're waiting, like the team's waiting for an update. It was like 2 hours. We're like reasonable. 3 hours goes by. Totally reasonable. 4 hours. Isn't that like the cap? 5 hours goes by and I'm like, and I start texting Beau's phone because we know that Tim had his phone. So I'm like texting him. I like, Tim, send me a thumbs up if you can see this message. And we're not getting anything from Tim. We're not getting any kind of update here. We were a little bit worried. And so I'm like, okay, so it's been like, I don't know. I think it was up to like 6 hours at this point. We were like freaking out. And so I go up to and on Facebook and I'm like searching through Beau's friends to try to find his mom. And Kayla's like sitting with me and she's like, I'm like, oh, he doesn't have it like listed as his mom on Facebook. And she was like, well, go to his what's his last name? Is like search his last like, and then like Kayla ended up being the one that found her, and I had messaged her, and she said the only reason she messaged me back was because she had recognized my face on the fridge.
Yes, your wedding picture.
Yes. So that was amazing. She messaged us back and then let us know that like, you know, he's almost out or whatever. He's not out yet, or he had just gotten out or whatever. But yeah, that was an interesting experience as from this side of everything, not knowing what was going on. It was just like one day Beau was just sleeping. And then we were like, he's got to wake up in Texas sooner or later. Tim's got to, something's got to.
Yeah. And I actually, like, when I came to and read through all the messages that you sent me, and then also in the work chat, I was like, oh my God, there's like the sleuthing that went into trying to make sure I was okay, because I'm such a dummy. I didn't leave you Tim's fucking cell phone number.
I thought I had it from Levitate when we met and hung out, and
Yeah,
I just thought I had it. And when I went to look, I was like, oh God, there's no Tim in here. It's not good.
It all worked out though.
So it ended up being 6.5.
It was like 6.5 hours, yeah, for the surgery, and then for me to wake up, you know.
Right.
And so it's a long time. Yeah, I didn't go home until it was nighttime.
And the place was like 45 minutes from your house, right?
Yeah, about 45 minutes to an hour. And so I wake up and I look down, and there's just an ace bandage and padding, just like gauze and padding and stuff. And I can see my drains, and they're safety pinned to the ace bandage. But even with the padding and the ace bandage, I was so flat. And
oh my gosh, you were already like, flatter, like you knew.
I was already flatter. Like there's no way. You know what I mean?
They're not under there.
They are gone.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God. Holy crap.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And then Tim wasn't there yet. And they were like, how are you feeling? You feeling nauseous? And I'm like, no, I feel fine. I feel good. I feel great. and they're like, okay, well, here's like a nausea bag in case you need it or whatever. And I don't remember a lot of this part. And
waking up.
Yeah, I remember waking up and looking down. I remember I could fucking, if my brain was a camera, you know, I could send you a picture of what the room looked like.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. And then I remember Tim came in. I don't remember any context of anything we talked about. I remember he was taking pictures of me.
Yeah.
And the next thing I remember is I don't remember getting dressed. I know Tim would have had to have helped me.
He better have helped me.
Yeah. I don't remember getting dressed, but then I remember getting wheeled out. And I was just smiling the whole time. I was just cheesing
hard, bro. I bet.
And they told me that Tim left to go pull the car up, and then they wheeled me out, and then I got to the car, and I stood up, and the nurse that was wheeling me out, she's like, okay, watch your head. And I was like, you got it, bonk. Fucking and wanged my head on the inside of the door.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And then Tim took me home.
How was the car?
The car was all right. I leaned back all the way and I had a mastectomy pillow to protect my. There was a lot of padding, but still,
Yeah.
to protect my chest from the seatbelt, which I mean, I'm really glad I had it.
Yeah.
And my mom was sleeping, trying to sleep, just laying down in the back seat because she was tired. Tim drove the whole time. My mom, it was just my mom's car, so she wanted to be there.
Yeah.
So
that's sweet.
Yeah, and she wanted to help take care of me after, because like Tim has to do it for 2 months, so she was like, I can stay the weekend and give him a break or whatever. So
that's so sweet.
And she stayed so she could cook us dinners and stuff. And
I had texted her at this point. She was letting us know, like, she said, okay, we're in the car. We're heading back now, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, awesome. He's heading back. Okay. And then she sends us a video, and I'm actually going to insert the video right here. So if you're on the podcast, you can just hear it. And if you're on the YouTube, you can see it. But it's just a little short clip of Beau telling us he loves us and that it went wonderful. But I just wanted you guys to hear that real quick.
Hi, Aaron. I love you so much. And I'm not in any pain right now. And I'm just really tired. And I'm going to go home and sleep after I eat some tomato soup. But I love you and I love Kayla so much. Thank you for everything that you do for me. And I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow when I'm awake. Okay.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
I do not remember that.
You do not remember that, Beau? You're fucking
I don't remember that at all.
Okay, well, I'll send it to you first.
Okay.
But it's the sweetest video ever. And that's when we knew that he was like in good hands. We can tell Mama Bear was like, we're gonna tuck him into bed, he's gonna rest, blah 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 blah. And we were so. Do you remember FaceTiming us when you got back home? You don't remember that either?
I don't think so.
Okay, so then you called us, and let me fill it in from our perspective, anyways.
Yeah.
You called us, you FaceTimed us, and we weren't expecting it because your mom was like, we're going to bed, we're sleeping. And you FaceTimed us, and you were like, and we're like, oh my God, Beau, how do you feel? And you're like, I'm feeling so good. I'm in no pain. And we're like, oh, that's so good, Beau. We're so happy. And then we hear your mom in the background is like, Beau, you're supposed to be resting. And then Tim goes, he's zooming his friends. And she was like, okay. And then you finished telling us how you were feeling, that you were so excited and that you were going to have some tomato soup and lay down. Do you remember tomato soup?
I do remember tomato soup. And you want to know why? You want to know why I remember tomato soup?
Why?
Remember before when they asked me if I was nauseous?
Yes.
And I said, no, I'm fine.
Correct.
Guess what I fucking threw up? Tomato soup.
Oh, no.
Fucking. Oh my God, I was so sick.
Oh no.
I had never gotten sick after anesthesia before, and they told me to expect it. And I was like, man, yeah, I get it, but it's never happened to me.
But what are you supposed to eat? You know what I mean? Like,
no,
what would you eat if you know you're going to throw up?
I guess soup.
Yeah, that's what you did. I mean, you did the best you could.
I didn't think that I was going to throw up, though. I'm glad it was soup. But
I'm
Tim,
taking notes right now.
Have just a trash can nearby because we didn't. And I was like, oh, no. I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up.
Poor Tim.
But I thought I had a handle on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, can you just help me get to the bathroom?
Oh.
I know I was on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
So he helped me get to the bathroom, and like, poor Tim, he's holding my arm.
Mm-hmm.
And like walking me all the way to the toilet, and we're like right at the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
He's about to lift the lid up while he's still holding on to me. And before he can open the lid, bleh, all over the top of the lid.
Oh no.
And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And he's like,
oh God.
and he has to hold on to me. So he's holding on to me and he's like, it's okay. It's okay. And he stays there and he lets me throw up and he stays there. And then while I'm vomiting into the toilet bowl, he's holding on to me and also cleaning up where I puked. He cleans it all up by the time I'm done puking. And
Tim.
I know, he's so sweet. And he was like, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
I freaking
You tried.
loved him
It's okay.
so much.
I know. I love him so much. He's great. He's perfect. He's wonderful. I love him so much.
Wow.
So yeah, so I have to sleep on the couch because our bed is elevated and I couldn't get in and out of it without using my arms.
Right.
And also I can't be trusted to not roll over in my sleep. And they want me to stay right. Belly sleeper for life. They wanted me to stay on my back with my back elevated, like sitting up essentially. So I've been in the recliner part of the couch for 2 weeks and I have to stay on the recliner part of the couch for 2 months.
Ooh.
And I know I have to stay in the recliner part of the couch because we ordered these very expensive wedges for this very thing. And we tried me sleeping in the bed like this and I got no sleep.
Couldn't do it.
And it seems like I get good sleep like maybe every 4th or 5th day on the couch. So and I slept pretty good last night. So that's where we're gonna keep it.
Thank goodness.
And Tim took care of my drains the whole time.
Measured
the whole time. I didn't have to do it once. Emptied them, measured them, cleared out the tubes.
Did you tell him he also smelled them?
He also smelled them because you have to smell them and make sure there's no foul odors.
That is unconditional love right there.
Unconditional love. And he was so like about it, like I'll do it if I have to. And then it just beforehand. And then he volunteered to do it. He volunteered to do it the whole time.
Oh my God.
And
what a guy.
And yeah, I love him. The thing that got me was that, and I didn't look at him when he did it. I didn't look. I looked the other way, you know. It was gross. And but while he was emptying the drain, the worst part for me was hearing the end of the ketchup bottle sound.
Yeah.
You know, getting the last of the ketchup out.
Okay.
Didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Not liking that.
I don't like it. No, it was not.
Oh, geez.
Every time he did it, I was like, oh.
And you had drains for 7 days.
Yes. And oh my God. Okay. So the first week was pretty hard. Pain wise.
Yeah.
But the day that I got my bandages off was also the day that I saw my chest for the first time and when I got my drains out. And I was very nervous about this because I was afraid of how it was going to feel when the drains came out. And at this point, I'm pretty itchy under the bandages. Like in certain spots, I'm like fucking itchy.
Yeah.
And it's driving me up a wall.
So is it kind of like trans tape when you overstretch? Itchy?
Yeah, it was kind of in the same spot too, like right under my armpits.
Right.
Where I was assuming it was the drain entry site, and I was correct. I was getting really itchy where the drains were in. And so I had I wasn't looking down at my chest while she did it. I was only looking at Tim, who was recording it. And there was a mirror in the office, but I couldn't see myself from where I was sitting.
Right. So they're going to take him out.
Yeah, well, so this whole time, like as soon as she takes the bandages off, my chest is out, but I don't want to look down. I don't want to look at it until I can see it proper in the mirror.
Right. Yeah.
You know
I'm not
what I mean?
ready yet. Oh my God.
Right.
I'm just waiting.
So I'm just like,
oh,
I'm like this the whole time. Like, this is my face the whole time. I'm just like staring at Tim. And like I can feel little tugs and stuff, but I can't really feel anything.
Yeah.
And she's telling me what she's doing as she's doing it, which I love. And so she's like, okay, now I'm just gonna snip the nipple bolsters off. And she's like, and they're off. And now I'm just gonna go back and remove these few sutures. And she does that. And
relaxing.
She's so relaxing. And while she's doing that, she's like, do you have any pets? And then I tell her about my guinea pigs and the tricks that they know and stuff. And she's telling me about her girlfriend, and her girlfriend's top surgery is planned. And we were like, how lucky is her girlfriend? Because her girlfriend, their girlfriend is a PA, and like,
right.
They won't have to worry about their drains or anything, and like all that stuff.
Space. That's
cool. Yeah. So, and so she's snipping everything off, and then the drain time. So this was the thing I was most worried about, but it actually, like, I didn't feel anything. I was so freaked out, but bless Sonia. And I was like, before she was like, okay, now we're ready to do the drain. She like snipped the drains free, and she's like, and now we're ready to do the drain. And I was like, okay, how is this? What's going to happen? How is it? What?
Right.
Like,
yeah. Keep talking.
She's like, I'm going to take this towel and I'm going to put it right on your side under where the drain is coming out. And then I'm going to ask you to take some deep breaths, and I'm going to know when you're ready for me to pull the drain out when you hold your breath. You're going to take a big deep inhale, you're going to hold your breath, and you're going to keep it held until I tell you the drain is out. And I was like, okay, perfect, great.
I can.
And she's like, yeah. And she's like, you just tell me when you're ready for me to put my hand on your side. And I was like, okay. I was like, I just need like a minute, a couple minutes. And she's like, that's fine. Take as long as you need. Yeah. So I'm sitting up on the thing, and it has like a back to it, the like bench or whatever. And I'm like, can I lean back? And she's like, yeah, do you want to lay down? And I was like, no, like, just like, just like at an angle. I want to not be sitting straight up because I feel like I'm going to pass out and fall forward.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, of course. So she adjusts the thing, she sets me down, and I'm like, okay, you can put your hand on me. And she does. And I'm like, I'm breathing, I'm taking like, and then I finally hold my breath, and she's like, okay. And she's pulling and she's pulling and she's pulling, and it feels like it's going on forever. And then she said, drains out. And it only took 2 seconds. And after that, I was like, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And it was actually kind of satisfying, because when it came out, like, it felt, I didn't really feel anything. I just felt the movement. And it was very like gummy feeling, as if instead of a drain, she was pulling a gummy worm out of my chest. It felt soft, is what I mean. I was worried about,
feel that in oh my God.
I was worried about
like
I was worried about scraping. Yeah. And I was worried about getting hurt, like with scraping or something. I didn't want to feel any scraping, and I didn't. There was no scraping. And when she pulled it out, it kind of satisfied the itch that was I was feeling on the drain entry site. And fun fact, I didn't fucking know that the drains aren't like just in and like sitting here. They're in, and then they're wrapped around and coiled under your whole chest. I didn't know that.
I did not know that either. I thought it was
that's why it was so fucking uncomfortable,
because it's got like wheels of it in there.
it's fucking coiled up under your chest like that. That's why it was fucking took so long for her to pull it out. That thing was long. Yeah. So then we did the same thing on the other side. She pulled it out, and I was much more prepared for the other side. And it didn't hurt at all. It just felt kind of weird.
Yeah.
And not even in a bad way, because I was itchy there and it felt kind of nice. So
well, that's like all like pressure against your chest. That's like not your body too. So your body's like, what the, get this out of here, get this out of here, get this out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
So they told me that I could stop taking the antibiotic once the drains were out. And thankfully they also put me on an antibiotic that did not give me a yeast infection, because
good,
kill me. I normally do get a yeast infection with antibiotics, so I'm really glad that I didn't. And after the drains came out. Oh yeah, right. So yeah, I hadn't looked yet at this point. She had to, once the drains come out, the holes before they close up still kind of leak. So she was teaching us how to, or teaching Tim, because he was the only one looking, how to like replace the bandages and on the drain sites, which I had to do every day until they scabbed, which was like the third day.
Right.
So I hadn't seen my chest yet at this point, and then, you know, she's like, gets all the stuff bandaged up that she needs to, and, you know, everything's off my nipples and stuff, and she says, "You ready to see?" And I'm like, yes. Yeah. So I'm like already crying, and, you know, Tim is recording and taking pictures, and like I fell in love with it the first fucking second I saw it. I was so nervous.
Yeah.
I was so nervous about everything. I was telling myself, even if it looks like shit, at least it's not tits.
Right.
You know, even if I'm not, even if I hate it, even if I hate the results. Preparing
yourself to hate it.
Right. Because it's a possibility.
Sure.
You know? Yeah. And I was preparing myself to not be joyous, to be neutral or unhappy about it, and just allow myself that grace, you know,
to feel whatever you feel. Yeah.
Right. But I didn't have to confront that at all. And I was so happy.
Dude.
I am so happy. Like, it's still, I love talking about it, because then it's like validating that it happened.
Yeah, it was real life.
It still doesn't feel like it, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
It's just like when your body is changing, like you have to, you know, you're like, oh my gosh, like this is me now. Like I can see me now.
Yeah, that's what it was, Aaron.
Yeah.
I saw me for the first time in 31 years.
Dude, you looked, I got the photo of you looking in the mirror at yourself, and just like a different kind of grin. Like Beau's always smiley, always happy, positive most of the time. But that was like a different kind of grin. You know what I mean? That was like, I'm looking at myself and feeling that way. And it was just, you could just tell it was pure joy.
It really was pure joy. It's the only thing I can describe it. And there was like a tiny little issue with like the way that my bandages were wrapped. They kind of like bunched up in one area, which caused a little pinching. So there was like this kind of like divot in my chest, which they were concerned about being a seroma. It wasn't. It was just a cause of the pinching and the fluid building up on one side and the other of the pinching, which caused like a little bulbous thing. But after having the bandages removed and wearing the post-op binder, that's gone away.
Oh, good.
But
that's amazing.
Even with that divot in my chest, it was perfect. Yeah, whatever. Like,
you couldn't see that. That was like something you saw more than anyone. Like when you can see,
right.
It's just like
It
you
was
look
perfect.
completely it's different, but it's so it's oh my god, I can't. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I'm just stoked.
Sarah had said that she was like, I see a lot of like top surgeries, but that looks like it's been your chest the whole time.
Yeah, like that's wild.
Like it was supposed to be my chest. It was supposed to
Yeah,
look like this.
absolutely. Yeah.
And that's what I feel like too. And it sucked that I had to put a binder on, but
Yeah, so now you're in the post-op binder.
yeah, now I'm in the post-op binder. I have to be in it 24/7 except for when I shower, which I have to do every day. And I have to wear zero form, which is the yellow gauze. And the yellow is an antibiotic. So I have to wear zero form gauze on my nipples the whole time too. And I change them once a day when I shower in the mornings. And shower time is the best time because I get to take everything off. And I still can't feel a large portion of my chest, but I can feel the center really well. And my hair's growing back because they had to clip me for surgery. And
your fuzz.
Yeah, it's just so good. The itchiness is gone for the most part. And the only thing that's left on me now are dissolvable stitches around my nipples, and there's also glue and tape on my incisions. But those things will all go away on their own.
Yeah.
And they told me to trim the tape as it starts to fall off and not to pull it off at all. So just like as it starts to peel up on its own, just trim away the little bits.
Right.
And the first little bit fell off today. So I have like a couple centimeters of my scar exposed, which is just really cool because I haven't seen my scar at all.
Yes, and you can see a little bit, a little peek.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And I will be out of my binder 24/7 on May the 10th. Then they said I could switch to wearing it either all day or all night. And I'm going to be wearing it all night.
Of course, so you can stare at it.
Right. But and then I don't have to do the zero form nipple dressings anymore either. And then after my 3-week appointment is when I think we're going to talk more about like scar care and nipple care post that. But I haven't shared my results really anywhere except my Instagram stories. And do you want to see?
Oh, bro, is this a question? Oh my god.
Do you want to see?
Yeah, I want to fucking see. If you're listening on the podcast, go check out the YouTube channel so you can actually see Beau's results. But we will try to describe it to you the best we fucking can.
And if you are gonna watch, there may be some like scabby nipples because I'm gonna take my gauze off so you can see them. So I'll let you know when.
Show me. Oh my god, bro, stop this.
Oh, that feels good.
You look so good.
Okay, I'm gonna take off.
Okay. Oh so my god, your scars look amazing. There's like a little bit in between where they don't touch, like an inch. Oh my gosh. You look so great, dude. They look like a natural curve. Your nipples are getting some pink, bro.
I know, they're getting a little pink.
They're so proportionate. They're in the perfect spot too. It's so natural. Oh my god, dude. Stop.
I look so good. I'm so happy.
Are you so happy?
I'm so happy. Oh my god. I'm starting to get a little bit of yellow bruising over here. But everything is fine. It's all par for the course. And it
looks amazing.
I can't feel like any of this.
So like up on towards your top. above your chest.
Oh wait, I feel here. I'm like outlining where I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the whole
can't feel any of that.
pec all the way up,
Yeah.
like up
Oh, and like
around your arm muscle, like where it meets your arm.
yeah, like all right here is numb. That inside
And
that
down.
area, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's
then
all
the
numb. But
same
this one, this I can feel all this on this side.
Really?
Yeah. I can't feel my nipple, but
Yeah.
I can feel all of this.
On the left side.
And you know what I think it is?
What?
They took out the same amount of when they lipoed, they took out the same amount of fat on each side.
Mhm.
And I think that this one,
Mhm.
my numb side,
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
was the bigger side.
I see. Yeah. Yeah. I see.
So I think
'Cause
that they
one
had
was
to
a little bit bigger than your other, right?
Mhm. So
So
I think
they
that whatever they had to do over here just like jostled it a little bit more.
Right.
But oh my god, dude, I
Oh
look
my
so
God.
fucking good.
Dude, it's so fucking natural. Oh my God.
Oh my god.
How do you feel lighter too? Like,
yes, dude.
oh my gosh. It ended up
They
being
were 8 pounds.
Yeah, 8 pounds together.
8 pounds together, 4 pounds each. Could you imagine?
Just like that.
Just
Oh my
like that.
Dude, that looks so good. I am
It's so
so
good.
excited about that right there. Would turn to the side so I can see like under your arm. Like, oh, it's short. It doesn't even go. Oh, I see. I didn't get to see it
Yeah.
from the side like that. Yeah. Oh,
That's
wow,
right
dude.
there.
That looks so good.
That's the end of it right there.
And that's oh my gosh. Wow. Dude.
No dog ears.
No dog ears, dude. It's
No
so
dog ears. Look at
natural.
that.
It's like literally fits your body exactly the way your body is, instead of like creating any extra like bubbles or anything. Oh my God. It
Yeah.
looks so
It's
good.
perfect. He
It's
kept my
perfect.
side chub.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it doesn't look weird. It looks like totally blended in with the way my body just
That's your body's shape. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my God, dude. I'm so fucking happy for you right now.
Me
I
too.
can't. I can see your chest hairs coming back in.
Yeah, look at him.
Stop. You're gonna be, by the time your scars in like in May or whatever, it'll be like your fuzz is gonna be there. It'll be back.
Yes, bro. I am so excited for every step of this. I'm just like relishing it. Like bandage just came off. Fuck yeah. Like, oh, now I can keep my binder off all day. Fuck yeah. Like,
Yeah.
oh, the tape is gonna come off and I can see my scars. Fuck yeah. Like,
yes, absolutely.
So excited about every part of it.
Every little bit. That's the point, dude. I'm just so happy for you.
Me too.
No, you deserve it
Thank
so
you.
much. You've helped so many people in like creating your own method
Stop.
with trans tape, dude. You've helped, and now you get to actually feel the freedom that you've helped other people feel this entire fucking time. So you fucking deserve that.
I want to acknowledge all the people that have sent me messages saying that, because it's been fuck. I'm gonna cry again.
Oh, bro.
Twice in one episode.
Shit.
So many people have messaged me saying that, and oh my god,
It's true, bro.
my heart is so full. I listen when people. Oh fuck! I gotta get my thoughts together for a second.
Dude.
I was a 20-something-year-old in my phobic grandparents' spare bedroom because I couldn't afford to live on my own. I was lying about being on testosterone and saying that it was asthma medication. I was in the closet with them completely. I was miserable. I was, I had some unaliving ideations. I would have never called myself happy. And now I'm 31. I finally had top surgery that I've been waiting for 10 years for. It's paid. I paid it. It's done.
You paid your dues, bro.
I have an apartment with a wonderful partner and wonderful friends and a wonderful community that reminds me that they value me. And it does get better.
Yeah.
It really does. It really does. And it will.
Yeah.
It always will.
Mhm.
And things right now, politically, for us aren't great. But there's a lot more of us being a lot louder. And
Mhm.
I just hope.
Yeah.
And I hope all of you are hoping too. And I don't want anybody to give up because it's going to get better.
It does. It will. And like I'm just floored by this whole experience. I am thankful for you so much. And this is like just so deserving. I'm so pumped, dude. I'm so
I
pumped.
can't wait for yours, dude.
Dude, yeah, I was feeling all those belly feelings, dude. Like I don't have I'm waiting on my insurance paperwork to come back so I can get a date. But
Mhm.
yeah, so I will be doing the same thing eventually, but probably this year. But no, I'm just so freaking stoked. I'm so happy that this is the year of getting them off, and the year that that it finally came to fruition for you. And
Yes.
yeah, we just love you, dude. Love you.
I love you. I love everybody. I love you all.
Gosh, thanks for listening to this episode, you guys. If you have questions, concerns, comments, tell Beau, comment below. Let us know how you feel. Make sure that you're checking out the YouTube so you can see the reveal for yourself. And we will see you soon in the next episode next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
We'll be
Bye.
Bye, guys.